East Pineapple Phillips, and this is now an elimination matchup. VYBN, they fell to Bravado. They did stand up on map 2, but their first map was pretty abysmal. What was it? 16-2 loss on Ancient. So they find themselves here in the lower bracket. DNMK losing as well. They find themselves here. Their second map was a 16-14 loss. They almost completed the comeback. But I think, Nate, we're going to have to hop right into this game.
Straight into the action. We had a little bit of a delay, so we didn't know when it would be starting exactly. We had some load shedding in the South African region. We've been learning a lot about that, you and I. But the action is upon us. We are finally in the game. And DNMK, they are starting on the CT side of Mirage. The 3 maps that we have in this pool, Mirage, Vertigo, and Overpass. VYBN choosing this map. And so they start on the T side. P250 for dyvo. And blocks surrounding. Utility sprinkled about 3 flashes to be exact. We do have dualies and a kit as well present for DNMK if required, but this player underneath the balcony will not be checked, but his shots won't connect either. Dizzy turns around, finds him, and the player towards window does not fare much better. Natural is in the server as well. Important to note, he has returned for the team. Is it the full roster? It looks like it is. It looks like we don't have the sub in Sheer. VYBN are in the server in full force, and they take the site cleanly as well, might I add. 5 versus 3 secured, all 3 CTs approaching from their own spawn, and now there's only 2 as dyvo finds yet another. Time halfway gone, and VYBN continue to show us dominance with their pistol rounds.
They're very good on the pistols. Honestly, you could almost just chalk up a pistol round to them before it even starts. That's now 5 played, 4 wins. They are absolutely stellar on the pistols. And they're going to try and scale this one forward. DNMK looking like they're going to force back into it, though. Do not want to let VYBN get into the string of things, get into this good flow state sort of deal, which saw VYBN out to an early lead against Bravado on Nuke. Deagles on 3, Scout Glass Cannons on 2, which is an interesting choice. Leggy, I believe, is the second highest rated player for DNMK. Picking up one of those, Canny, their highest rated on the other Scout. The edge of this smoke. He's got to be careful. Burns and gets sprayed alive. That was death one way or the other. And Wipeout's just spotted both players on the B site. Information gained, all just to scale forward onto the site now. Leggy able to get one, but only one. Natural crouching forward. Dizzy holding the rotation from Rat Hole. And Zox, nothing he could really do. Deagle in hand, and 4 players to find on pretty much full HP.
I found one, but the timing's not in his favor. Oh, he slips the gap. He might find this Mac 10 in middle, maybe even the second towards Catwalk. Good start on the first. Dizzy taken down. Second player, though, walking market. Not expected to be so far ahead. Natural gets the trade. 3 rifles remain in the hands for VYBN as they convert their pistol round victory, and they also shut down the force buy of DNMK. That means that it should be easy goings in round number 3. But Canny, he's buying flashes for DNMK. If I had to guess, that probably means a stack and or rush pop play towards A or towards B or towards middle.
Let's see. Looks like it is a mid play, although not a rush, Nate. It's a slower play. Okay, they're going to go out late. Maybe there was a smoke for firefighting, but they're going to flood Catwalk, which is the right choice. There is a smoke down by VYBN to cover off their plant. dyvo has to be careful not to get caught out, though. Pistols around the corner, a bulk of them. Always dangerous to interact with. Leggy going in front of the Molotov. They're all just segmented apart. dyvo, Natural, and Wipeout just pull out the broom. Sweep him up into the dustpan. One left standing. Connie goes down. And VYBN. They're vibing here. Pretty solid start. But can they do it on the gun rounds? The real test starts now.
If there's one thing we can take away from their first series is that their pistol rounds are a vibe. This time they do bring it through, convert it, and find 3. The question is, can they actually bring it to their opponents in, once again, what I call the meat and potatoes of this game, the rifle rounds. Leggy does have the op. I would say DNMK do have the upper hand. They have good utility. No kit, which is worrisome, but the op and M4s around definitely outclasses the 4 AKs and the Galil in this case.
Wipeout looking. There is one player towards arches, but Wipeout's just gonna run away. Natural double on the headshots. Oh, baby. I thought Sheer was cracked, but Natural is looking so good in the server. Connie triples it up, though. And now it's another one found for DNMK. Up to Ruben in the 1v1. Chance to plant in safe territory. HE flashbang. No smokes, no mollies, no grenades, I should say. But Ruben finishes the job before the DNMK player could really get anything done.
That was 3 entries for Natural.
Anything in there.
That was 3. He found the first 2, and then he found the third as he died. That was a crazy string of headshots for him. That's what really cements the round. They try their best to get back into it, DNMK, but it was Connie towards stairs finding 2, and his teammate on catwalk finding another. It's hard to discern amidst all the chaos, but I believe this is what happened. And DNMK, they did get close. Did he get all 3? Oh my goodness. 3 for 3. 3 found for VYBN, 3 in response, but VYBN do pull it across the line with that 1 versus 2 clutch in the end. So it will be another half buy for DNMK. Some Deagles, a 5-7, a Scout. Don't count them out, but VYBN have been very aggressive and very confident thus far in this matchup. And they're also making this round look rather easy as well. 3 kills found that go unanswered by dyvo, all in middle. He will finally be taken from the round. Good headshot, but Imongsa and Leggy take even more damage in return. 2 Deagles are all that stand between VYBN and a clean 5th.
The Deagles, of course, are going to go for it. No reason to save. They don't have armor or anything, so there's no real reason to save these guns. Try and get back into it here. But it looks more like they're just content to hold their sights, and VYBN need to be careful not to go for too much of a hunt. They can get punished here.
Definitely could, but it doesn't look like they're hunting. Looks like they have a good read of the situation. He's holding CT spawn. It's the most aggressive angle. Ruben towards underpass, not even close to the 2 players on B site. 5-0, and clean rounds thus far for VYBN. We have another op coming out for DNMK, along with rifles across the board. So another solid chance at bat. But again, VYBN have looked really good, and VYBN have looked very confident. It's a scary proposition for DNMK. These rounds have been explosive, and they have been quick.
Out the mid they go. 3 players here for DNMK. 2 in con. Another one spotted towards A. Triple box goes down. Natural caught by the cat player. Trades back. Excuse me. Trades back and forth, and we even up to a 2v2 after that mid-scrum end of the massive bodies. Arch player caught out. Ruben with the spray down. Bomb going down. Planted for apartments. Leggy on the op. Has to do it all on this retake. 1v2. No kit, minimal utility. Just a smoke to work with. And no chance to upgrade that. Runs through the fire out into the site. Ruben isolated from Wipeout, but the cat angle from Wipeout should definitely help. There's crossfire setups engaged. Wipeout in the open. No trade from Ruben. Leggy has a good idea where the last one standing is. Up on the barrel. Down goes Ruben. And there's plenty of time for Leggy to get the defuse.
I was surprised he even attempted it. He had an op in a 1 versus 2 on the B side of Mirage. Talk about a difficult proposition ahead of him. But the player catwalk, he can't fall all the way back because it's planted default. And so he has to kind of play in no man's land and hope the off angle sings with his aim. And of course he misses the shot, doesn't hit the headshot. That's a good read on the second as well with the deagle in hand from the opera of DNMK. A must-win round, I would say. From there, if it was 0-6, VYBN kind of can just run away with it. Their economy would be pretty good. It would be another save for DNMK. And so that was a must-win round for DNMK to get back into it. The issue is they only had 1 player survive. It means they have an MP9 and a FAMAS on Connie and Raid. And those weapons are going to struggle against the full fleet of AKs and the op of VYBN.
They're going to struggle a little bit here. Ruben, and that's a messy engagement up close and personal. Does not get punished. Has to be careful. Raids all the way through Palace, though. And there's a backstab. That's a big start for DNMK. Dizzy around that smoke, looking for a trade back. Bomb, I don't believe, was discovered by the aggressing CT. But
Just gonna ask that.
Dyvo, excuse me now. Up and ladder. Could catch Amanaxa off.
It's a very big change of pace for VYBN, slowing things down. And DNMK, they still like the aggression. They push through Palace. They find one. And they now further it with a second. The op of Leggy in towards apartments. Legs one, true to his name. Dropping Wipeout to 21. And the MP9 at ramp has a chance to sing, but no. Dizzy finally finds some inroads. Finally finds something for the squad from VYBN. The issue is they need even more. The M4, no, it's the FAMAS at range to find a double headshot. Dyvo now has to try to dive down and bail them out. He'll find one. They still need more, and Wipeout is low on HP as well. The Molotov will go in towards CT. 12 seconds left. The bomb has been recovered, and it is coming down for a plant, or at least an attempt at a plant. But will it actually come through? Yes, it will. All three CTs approaching from spawn. Dyvo could line them up. He'll find the first. Spots the second. Might hear the third as well. Raiden drops his teammate. Dyvo 1v2 attempt. He finds it. The one sap for a little bit of flair on top of it. VYBN steal away a sixth and send DNMK's economy reeling.
VYBN's pick, but this has been a great showing from them on the T side of Mirage in an era of which Mirage has been so defensive across the global stage. Hey, this has been a very incredible performance coming out from VYBN. Natural's been cracked. Dyvo looking more like the stats showed going into that Bravado game. Dizzy as well, hitting some shots. And DNMK, nothing they've been able to really do. That one round of 1v2 from Leggy. That's not something you want to rely on, especially on the CT side. Opening damage dealt, leg spotted, Wipeout dealing damage, but caught by the third player in the mid-trap. Nade catches Connie off guard, though. Dyvo scaling out of Palace. Teammates coming with him. Dizzy with that extra kill. Bomb should be able to go down on the side momentarily. Leggy has just slipped the gap, though. And Dyvo does go down, but Natural's still on the prowl. Bomb going on the ground, and Amanaxa, this flank through T-spawn. This long rotation discovered. Should be shut down momentarily. That's a nice shot by Leggy, though. It actually gives some legs to stand on in this round.
Yes. He's been good with the deagle. In rifle rounds or in saves. Imangsa finds a second. Dizzy now the last in towards the window, towards jungle. Peeks out, finds the first, but the rifles have been recovered, and that gives them the leg up in the 2v1. Leggy trades, grabs the op and the defuse as well. That's the second clutch coming his way, and the second round on the board for DNMK.
Second round, and it's another Leggy clutch. Their 2 rounds have been Leggy clutches. That is not ideal. It's good for Leggy. It's good to get rounds on the board, but to rely on a clutch for your sole 2 rounds, which have been isolated, it's not great.
It's not great, but that clutch was off the back of a half buy. Let's not forget.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big one to find, one that you can't rely on often. Good to see the opera of Leggy coming alive individually, but I do agree. We need to see some more convincing rounds from DNMK, especially on a CT side if they want to build up any sort of economic value. If they want to keep solid buys on the board, they need to win cleanly. That's a good start for Raid. He's in window with an M4. He drops Dyvo top mid. The opera of Leggy is in towards window, and it could have an opportunity to sing here as players push out the underpass.
One player expected on catwalk. Zox just hanging out in ladder room. Leggy around Con, dancing back and forth. There is a gap potentially for Wipeout to exploit, but has to be wary of a player through Nest. Natural only has so much eye on it. Leggy repositioning back to Palace. Smoke goes top Con, lets a shot go. Maybe trying to egg somebody in, taking a less than ideal peek. Perilous round. Both sides in a raid, just sticks out too far. Dizzy traded though. Connie stuck on site and finished off by Wipeout. Leggy in CT spawn does manage one, but Zox gets caught on cat rotation. Leggy pushing on through. Wipeout another, all up to Imanksa trying to come through. Khan actually just get the drop on him. Stops the plant. Wipeout half HP. Has no utility. Dry fight. Jump out. Headshot delivered. A skeet shot coming in from Wipeout with a hero play on the round.
Hero play. This time clutch goes the way of VYBN as they now again regain control and isolating the second round victory for DNMK as well. Important to note, you mentioned that they were isolated. Now it officially is both rounds being isolated as lonely islands in a sea of VYBN victories. They take a timeout. Duly so, I would say, because they're back to pistols. Ideally, you want to see a timeout before a rifle round, but at this point, you're so far in the hole that you need to figure something out. And they're actually going to go over something a little bit risky. You have Leggy getting an op, and probably Deagle surrounding. It's a very interesting half-buy strategy coming in for DNMK.
Indeed it is. They're putting a lot of impetus on this op. If it does not have the impact, Nate, it's a $4,700 decoy. That's a lot of pressure. On granted, the man who's delivered 2 rounds on the board, but still, might want a little bit more to
It's the
build
right
off
read,
of.
but they missed the jump.
Yeah. It's a good thing, though. They would have been destroyed by this train of T's pushing through. Molotov saves Leggy, and there goes one. The Wipeout still another on the MAC-10, swarming the site. 3 for 2 up Cat, 2 through Market. Raid with 2, Leggy another one, and all of a sudden, the collapse onto the bomb site locks out VYBN. It's all vibes for DNMK, but Ruben has found 2, and now maybe there's a chance. Lots of health on the board. A 1v4 possible for the Opper. Reloading now as it's not the op of old, only 5 rounds per magazine. Good amount of time, but no bomb makes this very difficult.
Only have Deagles, though. He dropped the Opper. He was towards Van. That weapon's not recoverable. So this is definitely more doable than it seems. The issue is the op, again, inflexible, difficult to use. He has to find one and somehow get away to rechamber around. Good idea, but he doesn't pull the trigger. He's now slightly lower. One more Deagle shot might just do him in. He's trying to find something. He'll drop down. This is surely it. Yep, Zox finds him, and even if Zox misses, the player behind the arch gets the trade as an insurance policy. The round is scrappy, desperate, but hopeful for VYBN, and unfortunately for them, they do not work it out. DNMK's tactical timeout definitely paying off in round 10 as the hero op and the very quick rotates from the pistols do pull them through.
Yeah, the swarming of pistols work out so well in Raid. Couple of headshots being delivered in that whole entire engagement. A huge saving play for DNMK, who need more rounds after half. A lot more. It blocks out for VYBN, but they found 2 kills. One of those on the Deagle of Wipeout. 2 casualties already for DNMK. Far from ideal. Yes, they won the last one on an eco, on a half-buy, but they need to win these gun rounds. Clean lineup, granted. Imanksa will just capitalize on that and grab a 3rd as well. 4 on the board now. First time in this game that DNMK have strung 2 rounds together where they have not been isolated on their own. And VYBN on pistols again. It's a half-buy this time instead of just the Glocks out. Tech 9s, Deagle. Give Wipeout another one because still hitting all those shots. Want to see Wipeout on a Deag again.
Yes, you do. I want to say DNMK have rotated very quickly, very proactively. If VYBN just slow things down slightly, go for a fake or something similar, they could totally catch out this defense. But this would not be the round to do it. Of course, it's just pistols. Try to go for something aggressive. Try to death ball out, perhaps, through the connector or something similar. Leggy with the op misses the first. The Tech 9, though, is being covered for. Raid is also supporting in connector. The Palace pop comes through, but the second part of this 2-pronged attack has been dismantled. Leggy finds 1. Wipeout does offer some resistance, but Leggy another. 2 versus 4, natural and mid. We'll try to find a rotating player just to do some damage. And meanwhile, dyvo plants the bomb. Zox drops natural. At this point, dyvo is lucky to find a kill, maybe, if that. Yep, through the triple box, he'll fall. 3 in a row now for DNMK, as they finally begin to stabilize on their CT side. VYBN, they got the bomb plant on the half-buy. That means they should have a very solid investment coming into round number 13.
Expect an op on Ruben. Might actually get dropped by Wipeout. Yeah, Wipeout's going to drop the op, so utility can be purchased up for both players. Good economy balancing there from VYBN. If they get 8, that's more than a successful half. I think that's kind of what they're hoping for, is an 8th round out of this one. But it's going to be a pretty tight road towards the end of this half, because DNMK are finding their own stride. And it is Mirage after all, Nate. It's a map that everybody knows how to play. If you touched this game before, you know how to play Mirage. There's the opening on the off. They need a D. Dyvo will grab another onto Zox. More cat aggression this time from Hymanksa, and there goes Dyvo. Still natural hanging around top middle. Wipeout has spotted the cat player. Molotov goes out. Hymanksa closing the gap though. This is a good angle, a good repost. Wipeout should be expecting this. Drops right down. Nifty little falling headshot. I think Wipeout was on the ground though, so it wasn't as hit right tech 90 as it could have been, but this is all a fake. Wipeout's just being a decoy. One more kill, selling it, hook, line, and sinker.
That's what I wanted to see, a bit of a fake. Back and forth. We saw the players proactively rotate. The A site's completely empty. Plant can be attempted without fear. And Dizzy now in window could just catch the op on a timing. Yeah, he will.
You think this is the save option?
He might have. I don't know what he was thinking. He was thinking maybe it was a B hit. Again, we have not seen fakes at all. That's the first fake we've seen. And it does work out incredibly well for VYBN. DNMK, sure, they've won a couple rounds, but do they have enough money to invest? It looks like they will try to at the very least. Op is present for Leggy. M4 surrounding. Connie might have to go for an MP9 or a FAMAS. Yeah, he goes for an MP9. And there is a kit. Okay, I was just going to mention it. There is a kit for Leggy, but this is down to the wire. If they lose this round, a 9th and a 10th seem like foregone conclusions at this point. That's the reality.
Unless DNMK can do something special with another half-buy, force-buy, but it's not ideal. Dizzy already deals with base threat. Johnny raid, only one. Wipeout swinging out. Natural falls to the op of Leggy, who tries to retreat into connector. 2 players just pushing on in. Hymanksa, opportunity there. That's a great cover by Dyvo. I thought that they were surely going to have at least one casualty on the VYBN side. The op from Leggy doesn't catch anything at all. Zox over the smoke. Does spot out one, but should be a casualty momentarily, down to no HP. The bomb still hasn't crossed either. Ruben's hanging back T ramp.
Is he falling back?
Palace?
Things get awkward. Things get awkward now. Okay,
yeah,
Palace. Thank goodness.
Yeah, I was feeling the same thing you were.
It's like if he goes B, then this is a real opportunity for Zox to just totally blindside. But Zox he's okay with finding that kill, sure, if they overthink it, but he's definitely more likely just to be saving right now. That's the call. He's going in towards the apartments. Actually running around quite quickly. I would say save, but he's rotating around for it. There's no way he finds a kill. He might find one, but 12 HP, there's no way.
Dyvo's nade. If it goes ramp at the right time, it's over. It's done and dusted. This one. This is gutsy from Zox. Oh yeah, he's telegraphs with that throw. No way out. Does get the dink on the Dyvo, which is nice, but not going to equate to a round in the end. This buy, Nate, abysmal.
Yep, this is exactly what I feared. It seems like it paves the road for a 10th for VYBN, and again, this is their T side of Mirage. You'd only expect better things on the CET. And if the pistol goes their way, it might just totally turn into a steamroll from there. DNMK, need to get round 2 to them quickly. I see the pistol round is a must-win at this stage, regardless of the outcome in round number 15. But in this one, they don't have a kit. They don't have armor on Connie. They don't even have a rifle other than the Scout. It's going to have to be some insane deagle plays, and it's an opportunity, perhaps. No, the Glock of Ruben will get it done. Dizzy spots the second kill ramp. Surely he gets them both. Yes, he does. Nice pair of kills for him. Connie, the Scout, and Zox, the Deagle, versus a full 5 squad.
Only one left at Zox again, this time in a 1v5 instead of a 1v2. Probably wishing he had the M4 in this round, but not much he can impact regardless of weaponry. Dyvo sitting in the ladder room, waiting for the cross. Spotted, destroyed by Dizzy. Nice little shot on the swing. 10-5 half for VYBN as they head to the strong side of Mirage. See you in 3.
Hey Future Pros! Locking down mid as a CT can put you in a good spot in a round of Ancient. So let's check out the smoke incendiary combo that the Chad Sponge Birchall likes to throw. Get into the middle of the doorway just before the stairs. Aim to the vines at the extended leafy bit and throw your smoke. Then quickly position your crosshair at the tip of this leaf and walk forward and throw the incendiary instantly. These nades will surely make the T's mad and make them hopefully respect the util. If you want to change it up, you can also throw your incendiary at the same smoke lineup for a deep coverage of the elbow area. Good luck holding mid and make sure to throw your nades fast.
VYBN vibed their way to a dominant 10-5 scoreline on the T side of Mirage, of all places. I'm Pineapple Phillips, joined by Boggs, and half number 2 is upon us. This is just the first map of the series. This is the map pick of VYBN, but map 2 of Vertigo, and the map that most teams know how to play. It is typically an A-site simulator. Does not bode well for DNMK unless they can really put their foot down in the second half of Mirage. Pistol Run is upon us, and again, VYBN are pistol round savants. They are looking to go 5 out of 6 in victories on pistol rounds here.
That would solidify their Sage status as pistol round guardians. We'll see what they can do. It's a train towards B. This time VYBN will hit the boost. Natural up on the balcony with the dual Berettas waiting for a push in. A flash being prepped for him as well. Flashes go in, the spray's going wild, and a double entry in onto the side for DNMK. It's going to be retake time for VYBN as the bomb goes down. Perhaps a stain on their pistol round record. Forthcoming here. Ruben looking for that opening pick. Connie, though, in the doorway. Such a strong position. Peeks out wide open. Contact towards Con. And Ruben actually getting that second kill. Connie took out dyvo in the meantime. Wipeout with more damage dealt, but time so far gone. DNMK need to lock this down. They should have this round, but Ruben's just made it so much more dangerous.
2v2, time is ticking though, and there's a crossfire established. Raid finds one kit down on site, and Raid, he trades out his teammate by finding Wipeout. It did come down to the wire, got closer than expected, but DNMK find what was a much needed pistol round victory. Now they need to convert it. And as we know from that first series we watched, VYBN, they're not going to let this second round go away easy. They are going to force buy in response. It's going to be 3 deagles, maybe a 4th, maybe a scout. Ooh, an MP9 actually for Wipeout, and a deagle for natural to round out the investment. 1 nade as well for a little bit of extra flair. No kit, no other utility to be spoken of. But the Deagles are deadly, and the MP9 aggressive in underpass could find a lot of information and maybe even a quick kill if it's lucky.
MP9 getting an upgrade would be huge. Massive boost. Deagle spam from dyvo, not going to get anything. Leggy with the spray through the boxes with the Galil. Wipeout's going forward with that MP9 as Ruben tries to contact. Connie falls. There's upgrades potentially now. Dizzy's still up in Palace too, a place where he played a lot on the T side. Now taking up residence on the defensive end. Not going to be cleared or checked for most likely. This is a good chance for Dizzy to just pop out and leave him reeling. Imangsa falls away. Dizzy has to line up the spray. It's not able to be controlled. That could have been 2 kills for free.
Now, with the lack of those 2 kills, without knowing how much damage he's done, VYBN have no choice but to cut ties with the round. Wipeout, he got that AK at a hefty price. It was 81 HP he lost in that duel, so he'll save that. He'll save his nade, he'll save his armor. And Natural, at least going for exits. The Deagle and Kevlar on hand, but he's also more than happy saving these weapons, or this weapon and this Kevlar for the next round. 7-10. DNMK do convert their pistol round victory. They keep 4 rifles alive as well, albeit they lose 1. But clean enough, all things considered. And now this could be a real race. It's only 3 rounds separating these 2 teams, and VYBN, they don't have much to work with in this round number 18.
No, they don't. They've got the AK saved. Ruben was saving for an op, so goes in on a 5-7. Deagle in Dizzy's hands, and Naturals as well. That was dropped over from Wipeout, I believe. And this one is becoming a bit more turbulent for VYBN. Mangsa sprays away, can't do anything on there. Connie gets that opening frag. Wipeout removed. Now, that one gun, that saved AK, the hero rifle, has fallen. The Gibbereem on the ground. But the Deagle actually does grab one. That's some good chip damage at the very least. Just trying to thin out that economy, but if there's guns to be salvaged, there still is armor on Natural, which could end up yielding something special.
It could, but again, those rifles, the one that they dropped and the one that their opponent dropped, they're irrecoverable. They're so far gone. You have to fight a lot more to get them. That makes things very difficult. Walking up Cat is Ruben. Monks is waiting for 2. No, he's not even letting him grab the rifle. Waited for it, played with him in hopes of finding a second, but just take the 1 guaranteed. One in the hand is not worth 2 in the bush after all. Imangsa, another Natural on B side. The last alive, the player with Kevlar, as you mentioned. He got a 1D gun to Leggy, but Imangsa's feeling it. 4 kills for him in the round, 17 in the game. And again, DNMK clawing their way back into it. VYBN, finally a fair chance at bat. Finally, rifles on the board. An op for M4's good utility. A kit, make that 3 actually. DNMK very similar by all things considered. 4 AKs, full utility, and an op. This is an even round in terms of riflery.
Scope down, looking for some sort of pick. No start just yet for Ruben. Zox walking out of A ramp. Should be spotted by that jump spot. dyvo tosses in utility. Wipeout coming in to support. Zox tucks into sandwich. Wipeout been spotted, but he gets the spot towards Palace as well. Information gain for both sides. Raid's fake out towards B has been not quite dismantled, but at least sent back packing. 5v5, about equivalent damage. This is a very weird round where it's just dry fights around the map for DNMK.
A lot of dry fights. Zox, though, got all the way out towards Sandwich, and that is unexpected. dyvo walking up towards the dark door on A site, falls. About to get a trade, but in jungle, he's in a very perilous spot. He falls away. And the op doesn't find anything either. 3 players from VYBN all jumping out the window to retake from Connector. The 4th going for a flank. This is going to be a very, very weird retake. DNMK already clear out CT spawn. They should have a commanding position now to rebuke this attempt at a retake.
Well, Dizzy's flank through Palace could send DNMK reeling. Backstab. Bundle 1 as the teammates swarm out. Through Con and jungle, Dizzy does get the backstab. Missed stop shot by Leggy. Zox has 2 from CT spawn though, and that turns the tide. Connie on Tetris. And don't call it a comeback just yet, but it's almost a tie ball game. 9, 10, saved off, sure. That's it. Small consolation for VYBN. The vibes are off, and what point do they call the timeout now? They were not Scrooges with them back in their matchup up against Bravado. They will continue to be liberal in their usage now. First timeout used in this series. They want to hold on to a lead, but is it prudent to go for a full investment here?
It's definitely 50-50. If they're keen on taking dry fights, then don't even buy flashbangs. Just buy smokes, buy Molotovs, and that's where what you nix. The money's actually pretty decent for VYBN. They could have bought M4's armor and a piece of utility or two, but they're going to go for that prudent decision, that smart decision, safe decision, I guess is the best way to put it, with a half buy instead. They have the hero op, pistols, and Kevlar. No kit, importantly, interestingly. And Wipeout actually hasn't bought anything either. So it should be a 10th for DNMK. It should be a tied ball game following this round unless the pistols can really find something. Wipeout actually goes for a full investment. Last second with an M4 and full armor, including the helmet. This is a very audacious call from him. And VYBN, it seems like the vibes between the members are off. They're not harmonizing like they should be. Unless I'm missing a big read of the situation here.
Ruben does get the first on the op. Dyvo with another one. Deagle in hand, running up for more. Connie does get the trade on the natural, however. And the second on a Dyvo. That's a kill Dyvo needs to find in return. But no, Connie delivers another death blow. Ruben still ticket with that Molotov, could burn him away. Wipeout's in front of it, playing anti. There's a wallbang onto Ruben. Wipeout caught by the op. And Dizzy. It's a dizzying turn of events. What can he do now? No teammates alive. Connie's on the right angle. He's got the right idea. That smoke won't last forever. And when it fades, he's done. 10-10. And now that investment by Wipeout seems to be a little bit foolhardy. Maybe. FAMAS MP9. Yeah, that's ugly.
I don't know what the call was there. Maybe he was feeling it. He was top of the board, or he is top of the board for his team. Hasn't been like a very top-heavy scoreboard, though. 17, 18, 19 for the top 3 of VYBN. 11, 12, 13, 14, 17 of the kills for DNMK. They are remarkably evenly spread in terms of individual prowess, and that might be the reason that DNMK are coming back into this one.
It probably is. I mean, if there's no kill disparity, you're not relying on any one player to get everything done. It's a lot easier to just take it one round at a time that way without having to be like, all right, X player, go kill. Everyone's chipping in. It's a team effort. It's a grind, but it's working. And that's what you have to do. You just have to take it one round at a time. Don't look at the big picture. Look at the small picture. Look at the round in front of you.
It's been 5 in a row for DNMK as well.
The race.
Slow and steady does win the race. Slow and measured, I think, is the best way to put it, because it has been measured from DNMK. 5 rounds in a row, looking for 6, and if they win this, they will send the economy of VYBN reeling. So it'll be 6 in a row, and probably a 7th off the back of it, unless the pistols can finally line up their shots. Ruben on the op CT spawn lets a shot ring through connector, but it doesn't connect. Zox. First contact potentially towards the catwalk, dodges the flash, and runs in through the smoke. Doesn't find the kill. There's the info. He'll race through it. Zox falls. Natural now has some breathing room. He found one. And he has support from Dizzy further back towards the van. Good need, but can't finish Natural. Dizzy now pressured, and in the meanwhile, Amongsa swings, dropping Natural. Wipeout dropped one with the MP9 in response. Maintains an advantage, but Amongsa rips it away. Dyvo brings it back. Leggy rips it away. It's a 2 versus 2. Wipeout from Catwalk on the flank. Takes down Leggy, and that kill cannot be answered upon. Raid on the site has it all to do. He'll grab the bomb, he'll spot one, but 7 seconds he has to plant, and that gives Dyvo the opportunity. He knows it's not being stuck. He knows they can just survive. Raid finds the first. 1 second left. Dyvo, why are you fighting? He will win it, but that was a very big opportunity for Raid to steal it away.
That was a big opportunity for Raid. 1 bullet could have done it all. Luckily for VYBN, it doesn't. They maintain a lead, tenuous as it may be, for Moss's MP9. It's a rough buy, but it's a swing round now, because DNMK, excuse me, are not exactly in the best position in terms of their own economy. Op shot by Ruben gets a leg. Mangsa caught by Natural. Dyvo chimes in as well. Ruben goes down, but Dyvo picks up a pair from Triple. Natural still holding up on Catwalk 2. Connie hugs the right side, as does Zox. They will escape the watchful eyes of Natural. This has to be communicated, that this has to be expected. A rotation through Con. Oh, both the vents are there too. It's a noisy exit here. And Wipeout's got the lineup. Only one.
Tags at a 9. It's the MP9. Death by 1,000 cuts, and I don't think it has 2,000 in the mag, so it can't finish them both. Zox, 9 HP, trying to take headshot duels as best he can, but with so many angles to worry about, I don't think he even gets the plant here. We'll attempt it at the very least towards default plant. Dyvo peeking out. Free kill for him. One bullet's all he needs. We'll put a few down range for good measure. And a tactical pause very quickly used by DNMK. They can feel this now slipping away. It looked like they had managed the comeback and were in control of the momentum. But the trade winds have changed the direction, and VYBN are now the ones pulling ahead.
Ever so slowly, methodically, they begin to pull a front again. Timeouts used by DNMK. Pistols and armor have to be the play. It's all they can afford, for that matter. It's all they have. Techs, Deegs, Glocks, maybe a couple pistons of utility here and there. Doesn't seem likely, though. Gonna be going in for mostly just a pistol plant. Get that bomb down. Get some extra catch into the next round.
VYBN aren't out of the woods yet either. We only have body armor for Dizzy, of a Moss as well. 3 players are below 1k in the bank, so they not only have to win this pistol round, they have to win it cleanly. They do not want to lose any rifles, because if they do, then they're going to be on beleaguered buys going forward as well. You can't really have that on the CT side. You can't afford to have that at this stage in the game. Pistols pressuring everywhere on the map. Some in the apartments, some towards the ramp. Actually 3 in the apartments. Going to go for a quick play towards B. Ruben in the meanwhile does drop Zox towards ramp. There's still one in Palace to lurk. They're full of fake. But the player's sight misses the spray. Wipeout does recover, getting one. Raid trades it, but Natural on Cat wants to prevent that bomb plant. He'll find one in response. Raid dropping down to the site, exchanges rounds, exchanges broadsides, but Dizzy's here to support. He finds the kill. He keeps it mostly clean. He can drop that filthy FAMAS for an M4, the superior rifle in that case, and in every case, I will say. And that is a relatively clean round and a bomb plant prevented for VYBN.
Yeah, I don't think there's any scenario in which the FAMAS is better than an M4. A1S or A4.
That's a great
I
question,
don't think you can say it's better.
You compare to the
There's
FAMAS,
an argument to be made that it's better than a Galil, but I don't agree with that.
I'm more inclined to say the Galil is closer to an M4 than a FAMAS, that is for certain.
I would agree.
And that's
the
totally
damage is
ignoring
more
the prices. Damage is more comparable, the spray is more comparable. The magazine's greater than the M4s even. And again,
Yeah,
we aren't even
FAMAS is
considering
right between the
price.
two.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at
Full egg
Connie,
case.
The nest position, Nate. That is the linchpin. That is the pivot point. And it wins the fight. That's the start. The trade is there, sure, but it's a big start for DNMK.
The big start. It's a good inroad. Raid coming up now through connector / jungle, finding one, wipe out a good trade, but he's stuck on an island. He'll find a third, and Ruben comes in from the back lines to find the fourth. Connie did so much in Windows, had a quiet end to this first map, but that one kill is not nearly enough. He tries to go back up to his stomping grounds to find more, but Dizzy's already waiting. Some BM for good measure with the spam. 14 to 10 secured, and I like the idea. Connie, pivotal, finding the opening, but Wipeout despite being stuck on an island and alone, makes room with the smoke and does not miss his shots. 3 kills from the sandwich position, and that gives VYBN a 14th. They're now 2 away from closing out their own map pick.
It hasn't been as clean as they would have liked, though. That's the thing. It's been a pretty messy one. dyvo does take out a raid, and another one on top mid. Yes. A bit late, a bit messy on the spray. It was a couple players just jumping around like crazy, and all of a sudden we find Connie last alive. 1 little deagle shot as a parting gift. Probably only that one parting gift, yes. Just the one. 15-10. 5 in a row required for DNMK to scrounge together in overtime. Ancient is map number 2. Overpass the decider if required. This one. This one is becoming a little more out of reach for DNMK. The only thing they have going for them is this awkward economy. They win a couple of rounds in a row, and then VYBN are broke.
More to go. Connie, good start in middle. Takes a lot of damage in return. A flurry of frags back and forth. 3 versus 4, tenuous advantage for DNMK, but Connie's caught through the smoke, and Amongsa is incredibly low. The Opera Ruben swinging through, wins the Opera's duel, and that might be what they need VYBN to come back into it. Bomb plant does go down, but a Wipeout wipes away. Zox wipes away Amongsa for good measure. All players from DNMK dismantled, and that is it. A 16-10 secured for VYBN on their map pick, and they are now going to see DNMK off towards a... This is a map that both teams played in their opening rounds, in their round 1 plays in this ESL Challenger Katowice, South Africa closed qualifier. To bring everybody up to speed, VYBN lost 2-16.